Alright, it looks like I'm going to be able to upload videos, but I'm not sure how long. Because I've basically had to reboot my whole system here again, get a new phone, and start basically from scratch here. I'm not really sure how long the videos can be. So this video will be in some ways a test upload. If I can get this video to upload at about 10-15 minutes, then most likely I'll still be able to upload the longer videos. We'll just have to see. So what you can expect if this video goes through at about 10 or 15 minutes, more than likely I will begin to do part 3 of the monatomic gold series. And I tell you, watch it. You have seen nothing yet. And of course, be aware of shills. People that follow closely behind my work and begin to upload videos basically inspired from my information that are doing nothing but contorting it, because they have no other chance of doing anything else. They no longer can deny what I'm showing as the truth. They really are unable to deny that I'm a seer, even though that they will continue to do that. It's going to become more obvious to all of you that watch these videos that I am, because I have much more to show. So beware of these shills. Build a shill. Most certainly the largest Saturn agent on YouTube to date would be Red and Blue Pill Bill from Occult Science 101. And you can see the sadness. You really can. I just urge you to stay away from these people that they have nothing to offer but deception. Beware. Alright, I'm going to use the rest of this time in this video to show you how strong the fractal is. And more or less this will combine with all the other information and to really show you that any portion of it, from micro to macro, no matter how small and infinitesimal something might seem as a part of all this, when I look into it and show you the expansion of it, it will expand outward with a complete story of everything that we have talked about so far. In complete form. There will be nothing missing. Just as we're going to show with the word tears. Just the word itself. We have already talked about how the tears is synonymous with tear, like that mark of the beast image. T-A-R-E, synonymous with T-E-A-R. And then we brought that into the existence of terror. And then if you read Ezekiel 28, towards the end of that chapter, you will understand the fulfillment of their God as the God of terror, which is exactly what we see this war with terror and these terror Saturn agents are seeking to promote. Their God of terror. And then they imitate the actions of their God. As you see, they are fulfilling that inspiration in all they do. So now, if we just look at the word tears, watch this. Like you would not believe, as you're reading right in front of you, everything is going to be there. Everything. Check this out. Now you have to understand what anagrams are. And a good way to actually kind of get familiar with anagrams, believe it or not, is in that movie with Tom Hanks. What was it called? The Da Vinci Code. What a psyops that movie is. Of course, they're trying to prepare you for the belief in this Holy Grail theory of Jesus Christ's ancestry through Mary of Magdalene. The Grail Cup. BS. Pure BS. I tell you what the Holy Grail is really all about is the Nephilim descendancy from the sons of God that had took unto themselves the daughters of men. That's the Grail cup that they're all about. That DNA bloodline inheritance. Okay? It's nothing to do with the actual blood of Jesus Christ. Now, they're lower initiates, okay? And then, of course, the spin that these initiates throw out is trying to reflect that. But the higher reflection will always go to the deepest of the root of truth. And we know that stems directly from Genesis, the beginning, Genesis 6. So that would make sense now in the fullness if we take this word tares and now see it as an anagram, where we can rearrange the letters to form new words, new phrases, new meanings of understanding. And it is nothing short of incredible. There are many, many, many words that are going to do this. Okay? So the reflection will be perfect. First thing that we would do here is break it down into its most profound, and that would be Ra Set. Tares is an anagram for Ra Set. Now that really should not be, you should see now, by no chance at all. This isn't some sort of coincidence or some sort of hoping to get these things to work out. These things are there for real. Because as you see on the Great Seal of the United States, the Eye of Ra is exalted. Now also this is known as the Eye of Horus, but all of that is connected into this descendancy through these bloodlines that this sun is trying to enter into material form from that DNA bloodline heritage. Of course, as they're trying to foster the deception that this is Jesus Christ and representation of Revelation 12 that the woman Israel is seeking to bear. Well, that's all more BS, because you know Jesus Christ does not return in material form. He returns in all of his spirit glory. So this one that seeks to enter into the material form is the exact same one that Jesus Christ has warned about. The exact same one that the Old Testament seers have warned about. And they have warned about him in material form. So Ra Set. As you know, all of this is connected to this god of darkness and chaos that they want you to believe is really this god of light. Well, that's the fulfillment of Ra Set. We take Ra, meaning the eye, as we see it represents to them their sun god. Set literally means, in Egyptian terms, Set is the god of darkness and chaos. Perfectly unified, not only unified, now harmonized. We see that Tares equaling Ra Set equals Ra, the sun god of darkness and chaos. Exactly right. There is nothing missing with this understanding. I'd like to find one more image here to show you. All right, I have to show it here. Oh, here we go. Okay, anyway, let's move to the next part. So we have Tares, and we now know that they're all trying to represent this sun god of darkness and chaos. Now, loosely, if you follow this back down to Saturn, you'll see that Saturn, Satan, associated with this darkness also. But we're not talking planets here, like they want you to talk and then entertain in some sort of notion that this has some sort of merit or connection. It does not. Saturn is a planet, nothing more. We are talking about spirit beings that have infused their symbology into this astrotheology deception, which now is used to deceive the future initiates that then are taught this as their doctrine to adhere to. And then you see them all going around saying, oh, that the truth has been revealed in the stars by God. By what God? By their God. And you'll see that Jesus Christ speaks out against this. You'll see that that's what's being ordained by God. Well, it is their fallen star God that is all about this. He is the one that has taken the stars that we look out to and created an overlay and a diagram of his deception of history. And then that deception of history is now spoken from the lips of fools. And I really have no other way to say it. When you give somebody the absolute truth in every way possible for them to see it, but yet they still deny based upon ego, vanity, and pride, I consider that a fool and very foolish, plain and simple. So let's just take the next thing here, and we'll use the exact same letters, and then we see it will come to Ra, E-S-T. EST is an abbreviation for establish. Ra, establish. This dark sun god has established something. Well, what would that be? What would he have established? Well, that would be this descendancy through the daughters of men. We see that's what Jashin, one of the two columns, one of the two polarities, right? We're talking the light and the dark checkerboard. We're talking opposing forces, supposedly, good and evil, at least from their Gnostic perspective. Okay? Jashin, I told you what the secret behind Jashin is. It represents beauty, the other portion of the unification of beauty and the beast. Who would those be? Those would be the daughters of men that were fooled and subjected to these fallen sons of God in Genesis 6. We see that the serpent is now associated with Ra, as associated with the eye, which literally translates, evil eye translates from cockatrice. This cockatrice is further translated by Isaiah is a fiery flying serpent. The very same thing that we know as the symbol for the caduceus, which is that serpent ascending up a rod, which we see now is the medical symbol, which symbolizes Enki, the chief physician of Sumerian lore and myth. So Jashin being as an anagram where we now see Ra establish, guess what? That's no accident. That's called spiritual truth. That's called fractal fulfilled. That's called seeing and not being asleep, not being contained within some sort of dream within a dream. You know what I mean? It's called being fully awake and not afraid to speak the truth. So what has Ra established? Well, he's established Jashin, these daughters of men, to be this DNA bloodline that would carry this fallen potential of DNA for the possession in the future for this fallen prince to claim this material essence, this dark matter, to infuse his fallen spirit into. And we know that that's exactly what CERN, as they are blasting these molecules, as they are blaspheming the light of the Holy Ghost out of the material so that they can create this dark matter for their being to possess. Any accident? Any accident here? Tears, Ra, establish. Jashin literally means he establishes. We know that Jashin is now symbolized as the beauty column. Boaz means agile. That's the serpent right there. Have you ever heard of a boa constrictor? Boaz, agile, beast. And then we see that this is the unification of the beauty and the beast. It's the whole thing where the philosophy of the sacred feminine comes from. We know that we have this Elite situation that is really the culmination of these Jews that say they are but are not. This false Israel, which in basic terms is known as the Illuminati. Okay? Tares. The tares. They have been established by Ra. They think that they're this chosen race from this descendancy of this unification of the beauty and the beast. All comes from Genesis 6. Who else is going to bring this into such a complete and totalic view than the Spirit of Truth? Who else is able to do this? Bill from Occult Science 1? with a bunch of birds of heaven squawking in the background so loud that you can barely even hear your own self try to contemplate what he's trying to tell you in a deceptive manner? Come on, man. Come on, Bill. You want to battle, bro? You want to battle? We can battle, man. No problem. You wanna go through a debate with this? You know, some sort of open debate with your incredible occultic science? Come on, man. Put me in my place. Put me in my place, Bill. There's a man that calls himself his channel Final Call. You know, I would love to have you put me in my place, friend. You know, I'd love for you to show all of us how wrong I really got it, and that I'm mixing some sort of imagination in a deadly way. What is that? Is that what you think? It's going to happen to me, that I'm going to become mysteriously found dead because of what I'm speaking here? I bet you all want that. I bet you all want that. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I invite any of you in your higher clubs and organizations to try it. You try it. You try it. And they're going to tell you, they're not even really telling you why they're not doing this. It's because they want to encounter me. They're all about knowledge, right? Obviously, there's some sort of knowledge here. There's some sort of way of understanding that I got that they need to figure out. Well, I've already told them what it is. It's the Spirit of Truth. Jesus Christ, the eternal Son of God, does this. They are in fear of that, and they are trying to create every way possible, imaginable, for that not to be the reason why I'm able to do what I do. Well, it's in your face. It's in your face. So let's just see if this video will upload, and if it does, I'll be back.